Hey gang, here I am about to break into another box of comic books. I'll be grading these for sale on eBay, and as always, I have absolutely no idea what is in this box. So if you like comic books, if you enjoy that thrill of discovery, stick around. We're going to have some fun. Hey there, Bobby. Welcome to Shanghai. My name is Duke, and this is another unboxing video. If you've watched any of these videos in the past, this sort of initial primer here will be old hat for you. You've heard the spiel before, but stick around, bear with me. For anyone new, you just need to know that these are not my personal comic books. I am grading these for work. They'll be sold on eBay. The seller name is Dotcomcomics. But otherwise, by way of setting your expectations, I said I don't know what's in this box, but I've got an idea of what kind of thing is in this box. I do know that there aren't going to be any big money books, unless I run across something that was just missed on the initial sort. Those books have already gone off to CGC. I also know there's not going to be any junk, anything that we would expect to sell for less than $10 or so. Those have been sorted out and will be sold in multi-book lots, either on eBay or in the physical store, which is Dotcomcomics in Freeport, Maine, or maybe on one of our websites, either dotcomcomics.com or sellmycomicbooks.com. But yeah, if something falls kind of within that sweet spot of $10 to $100 or so in expected sale value, we can find just about anything in one of these boxes. And as I said, I have no idea. When the box is given to me, I don't know what's in it. And it's just fun to go through it and sort of live out that sense of discovery I had when I was a kid. I hope you'll get that same sense too and enjoy this. This is kind of just like going to the newsstand, back when comic books were sold on the newsstand, and you never knew what you were going to find. So let's take a look. My expectation, because these were all in kind of bags and boards, is that we're going to see a lot of probably Copper Age superhero, kind of like this, The Wedding of Vision and Scarlet Witch. And that might be a big book, with the WandaVision series coming up on Disney Plus. The wedding issue might be a thing that will take off, might sell for more than you would normally think. Here's Avengers 96. 70, an early appearance, I don't think the first appearance, but certainly an early appearance of the Squadron Supreme, back when they were still known as the Squadron Sinister. It's basically a Justice League pastiche. You've got Hyperion, who is Superman, the Wizard, who's the Flash, Dr. Spectrum, who's Green Lantern, and Nighthawk, who is Batman. This is Avengers 83. This is the actual, well, I won't say actual. It's the first appearance of Valkyrie, except it's the Enchantress in disguise. Now, the actual, real, honest-to-goodness Valkyrie would come along in Defenders number 4, not too long after this book. But this is the first appearance of a character looking like that, who claims to be Valkyrie. It's just that it was really the Enchantress. And it's kind of the way Domino, the first appearance of Domino over in X-Force, was that the first appearance was her in disguise as somebody else. So, Avengers 91, I think this is Captain Marvel, part of the Kree Skull War. And we're backing up here, Avengers number 35. The last issue of Marvel Team Up featured Spider-Man and the Uncanny X-Men. Moon Knight number 1. Now, this is a big book lately, with the movie coming and now the casting announcement of, what's his name? I'm going to have to pop it up on screen. He was in the Disney Star Wars movies. Oh, God, I'm having a senior moment. I can't remember his name. I feel dumb. I'll put it on the screen, though, and it'll be just like I thought of it just now. Incredible Hulk 377, the first appearance of the Professor Hulk persona. That book, when the Avengers Endgame was coming out, and there were rumors that the Hulk was going to be a smart Hulk, this book took off, and now it's come kind of right back down, probably because, they didn't call him Professor Hulk in that. Dark Horse presents 54. So you've got some Frank Miller Sin City, John Byrne X-Men, and Rick Geary's Hotline. That Hotline didn't do quite as well, in the long run as Sin City or Next Men. The Incredible Hulk number 178 with Warlock. And I can't remember, is this it is Death of Warlock. So he got better. And New Mutants 26, the first appearance of a different Warlock, or was it Legion? No, I think it was Warlock. I really forget. I'll have to, again, that's another thing I'll have to put on the screen like I actually knew it at the time. Ghost Rider number 2. And Ghost Rider, I'm surprised that Ghost Rider doesn't really do better in comics these days. It's just such a visually compelling character. But maybe they should make Ghost Rider a skateboarder, or they did try giving him a kind of a lowrider car. That didn't really take off, but I don't know. Here's number 4. Here's a fun book, although, good Lord, the condition isn't very good, is it? But that's Luke Cage, Hero for Hire, who would later be known as Power Man, and later still as just good old Luke Cage. Iron Fist number 15. This is a popular book that sells well on eBay because it's a fairly early appearance of the new X-Men. I don't know if it's the first appearance of the team outside of the X-Men title, but it is certainly a fairly early appearance of the team. And you've got Wolverine here in a costume that he only wore once or twice. Got Daredevil number 74. I don't know if there's anything particularly special about that issue. Amazing Spider-Man 212, the first appearance of Hydro Man. This is another book that really took off with speculation that Hydro Man was going to be in the most recent Spider-Man movie, whatever the title was. Far From Home, was that it? I think so, yeah. Spider-Man Far From Home. And when the rumors were that Hydro Man was going to appear in that, this book took off. And since it's turned out that it was not really Hydro Man, this book is kind of, I wouldn't say it's come back down to earth, but it's cooled. It's kind of plateaued anyway. And Amazing Spider-Man 239, that's a Hobgoblin appearance. 363, that's, what is that, the second or third appearance of Carnage with Venom. Amazing Spider-Man number 164, a little between the legs Kingpin action. I'm not sure what Spidey's reaching there for, but maybe he's hoping this might be one way to get out of this mess if he makes an offer Kingpin can't refuse. I don't know. All right, let's get the next stack here. This is 362 of Amazing Spider-Man. What's that? Probably the second Carnage, and again with Venom. I think that's Eric Larson art. That looks like Eric Larson. Amazing Spider-Man 210, the first appearance of Madam Web. 130 with the Spider-Mobile. That was a toy from Mego, the Mego Corporation that made the 8-inch superhero, world's greatest superhero action figures, which were far superior in every way to the later 3.5-inch Star Wars figures that became kind of the industry standard. But that's just my 70s kid conceit coming out. But anyway, the Spider-Mobile was an actual toy that they worked into use in the comic books. Amazing Spider-Man 131, Octo and Aunt May getting married. 133, that's a great cover. Molten Man. 137, little Green Goblin action, and that's one of the alternate Green Goblins, if memory serves. Day of the Grizzly. You don't see much of the Grizzly anymore. 139, 140, 141. This has got a little bit of everybody in it. Doc Ock, Mysterio, the Vulture, Morbius, the Jackal. This one, this is a book that kind of took off again with that Far From Home movie. It's a fairly affordable appearance of Mysterio, and it's just a good cover. So, 144, and this is the reappearance of the clone Gwen Stacy. So a reappearance of Gwen Stacy, but as a clone. And that would lead into the infamous Spider Clone saga. 145 with the Scorpion. 146, more Scorpion. 147, I think that's maybe the second appearance of the Tarantula. Second or third. 148, and as I recall, this was my first Spider-Man book as a kid. So if you care to know where I started reading Spider-Man, there it was, right there. And that's a great cover, by the way, and that's probably why I bought it. As, what is this, 1975, 76 maybe? So I would have been all of, what, 7 or 8? 6 or 7? 150. A lot of Spider-Man in this box. 149. And there is the little spider clone fighting going on. And you notice how they colored the two costumes slightly differently. I think the light blue is the real Spider-Man and the darker blue is the evil clone Spider-Man. 151. Spidey's got a thing for being trapped in submerged watery basements. Here's 152, the Shocker. 153. 154, Sandman. That's another fun cover. 155. Who done it? I don't know. You'll have to read it to find out. All right, get those out of the way. Grab the next stack. And it looks like this is going to be pretty much an all Spider-Man box. 157, Doc Ock. 158, Doc Ock, still only 25 cents. 159. See, they're not touting it as still only 25 cents, so you can tell they're getting ready to change it, and there it is, 30 cents. In 160, and there's the Spider-Mobile. I think this is actually the first Spider-Mobile. Oh, I knocked over more Drew. Sorry there, buddy. This is a popular issue, the Nightcrawler issue, and there's something about the paper quality in this particular issue. I don't know what it is, but the book is very thin, and I always have to count it because it feels like it's missing pages, but they're all there. It's just the pages are very, very thin. I don't know why that is. If you out there know why, if right around this time, were there other books in the Marvel Pantheon that were this way about this time? Was it just this particular issue? I don't know, but I run across this issue a lot for work and collections that we get. And like I said, I always have to check it because it feels thin. It feels like it's missing pages. And it's not. They're all there. They're just very wispy pages. Here's part 2 of that. And this one always, this one doesn't feel as thin as this one when you open it up and muckle onto it. But you got some early Punisher there. Early-ish, anyway. Kingpin, 163. 165. 166. Well, I don't know the last time Will-O-the-Wisp appeared, but they certainly expected him to be a superstar. 174, some more Punisher. This time with Hitman, not the DC Comics character Hitman, but Marvel had its own Hitman. A little more Green Goblin action, 177. 178. Poor Aunt May in bed again. She's always in a hospital bed. Somebody should count up the number of issues where Aunt May appeared in a hospital bed versus how many she appeared somewhere else. And I bet you it's about 50-50. 179. 180. Oh no, who's the real Green Goblin? Not him. Him? Marvel's TV sensation. This was about the time that the Spider-Man TV show was on air, and it was hard to watch as a kid just because they kept moving it all around the schedule. You never knew it was going to be on. And back in those days, before the internet, you couldn't just look it up. If you didn't have a TV guide, if it wasn't when it was supposed to be, or sometimes they'd change it, and the change wouldn't be reflected in the TV guide. It was hard to keep up with that show. But the guy who played Peter Parker slash Spider-Man, although I doubt it was always him in the costume, was Nicholas Hammond, who was also one of the kids, the youngest boy in The Sound of Music. So that's just kind of neat. And you get a lot with the upcoming Doctor Strange Adventure in the Multiverse movie, or whatever the title is, and there's a lot of talk that it's going to include all of the Spider-Men. Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland and Tobey Maguire. And I'm like, unless you include Nicholas Hammond, you are not including all of the Spider-Man. Because for us Gen Xers, Nicholas Hammond is the one true Spider-Man. Little Captain America battle going on there in 187. And we're backing up to 105. 107. 109, speaking of Doctor Strange. All right, let's get some more Spider-Man books. And after this stack, we might have something different, because this is as far as the ones with the backing boards go. 113, 118, 120 with the Hulk. 124, Man-Wolf, who at this point at least was J. Jonah Jameson's son. There he is again. 125. 126, The Death of the Kangaroo. This is number 38. That is the last Steve Ditko issue. And as the legend goes, when Steve quit Spider-Man, he did not turn in a cover, just the interior work. So they had to make this cover all clipped from panels inside. And this was allegedly part of a riff between Stan Lee and Steve Ditko. Stan Lee wanted to reveal Steve Ditko as, Stan Lee wanted to reveal the Green Goblin as Harry Osborn, and Steve Ditko felt strongly that the Goblin should be nobody in particular, should be just a guy named Joe, was allegedly the phrase that he used. So Stan used that for this in this last thing, and went on to reveal Green Goblin as, in fact, Harry Osborn. Or Norman Osborn. One of the Osborns. There's Man Mountain. Marco the Man Mountain. The Prowler. I think that might be the first Prowler. More Prowler. Some Kingpin action. Spider-Man. Unmasked at Last. This is a nice cover. 88. The Arms Sans Doc. 94. I think most of this issue is it's a reprint. 95. Spidey Fights in London. No Big Ferris Wheel. This was before that. 96. This is part of the infamous, or not infamous, I guess I should say just famous. I don't know why I said infamous, but the drug trilogy that lacked the Comics Code Authority seal, because at that time you couldn't really mention drugs in a comic book. Kind of the self-censoring. See, it even somebody knew that at the time. No Comics Code. And it looks like they expected this book to sell for $70. We'll see what it goes for when we list it on eBay. 361, I think this is the first Carnage. This looks like a silver cover, though, so this might be a second print. And an early X-Men, number 39. Fairly early, anyway. And this is where they all got their individual costumes that really didn't look all that individual. I mean, they still kind of followed a theme. But anyway. All right, let's see what we've got next. What the hell is this thing? Mystic, number 10. And that's a British £1 symbol, published by L. Miller and Company. So this is a British book, and it's fairly thick. Look, can you see that? Well, yeah, it's 68 pages. That's interesting. Huh. You want to take a look inside? Let's do that. I've just been showing you the covers, but this one intrigues me. And look at this. Somebody had it in a friggin' notebook folder, trapper keeper thing. Let's take a look inside. You can see the size is a little different too. Oh, it's all black and white. Some good art. Look at that art. I don't know if these are U.S. comics reprinted in Great Britain. I suspect A Strange Journey into Mystery. This must be stories from Journey into Mystery, the Marvel book, that were reprinted in the UK as this thing. What year is this? I don't see a year. 1960. Whoa. The Eye of Doom. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Pop Weekly. Now, what the hell? This doesn't even look like a... and it's got a piece of tape here. There's actually 2 issues of it. And they're both in these friggin'... You find comics, when you buy these big collections from all over the world, they arrive in, all kinds of different things. And I've seen books just wrapped in cellophane. Pop Weekly. 1 shilling, so this is also British. What year is it? Paper quality's nice. February 11th, 1963. So you'd think this would have some Beatles in it. And maybe that would make it kind of valuable. I'm looking at Britain's top 30 here. Yep, She Loves You by the Beatles is at number 3. And was it? I don't see any Beatles in here. Oh, there's some Elvis action. Glenda Collins. Nice sweater, Glenda. There's the Beatles phenomenon. And then you got the Everly Brothers there. So that would be interesting just to buy that, just to see what the press was saying about the Beatles in 1963. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That might do well, even though it's obviously not a comic book, and I don't know what it's doing in this collection. Let's take a look at the other one. Get rid of this damn thing. I don't know who those people are. Doesn't even say on the cover, does it? Huh. The Searchers. That's who that is. I don't know who this is. That guy looks like one of the Wonders. He looks like a TV player. Doesn't he? Have we got any Beatles stuff in here? The Foremost. Let's see. This is 2610, so that would actually be October 26, 1963. She Loves You is still at... Oh, wait. I might have read that other one wrong, because they do their dates differently. So, yeah, 2/11. So that's actually November 2nd, not February 11th. So this is October 26th, and She Loves You is still at number 3. we got here? Who the hell is that guy? Kathy Kirby. Some more Elvis. Mike's a Real Gas. Mike Sarne? Oh, pages are stuck together. Someone probably really liked the Beatles. No, it was Pat Harris and the Blackjacks that somebody liked well enough to stick the pages together. So no Beatle photos in that one. Well, that was fun. Detective Comics. And see, this one is also from, well, there's a whole bunch of books in this one bag. All right, well, let's take them out if we can get them out. They're stuffed right in there. And it's not even a bag. It's another one of those damn notebook things. But these have stamps on them. So these would have been books, I presume, printed in the U.S. that were then sold in the U.K. And they stamped them with the 9D. What is that? 9 pence? 9 shillings? I don't know what the D stands for. But these all have that, actually. So there's some Catwoman, Catman. Batgirl. I don't know if that's the first Batgirl or not. Trevor Moore was presumably the original owner. I wonder if Trevor Moore is related to Alan Moore. That would be awesome. Alan, I got your brother's book here. You can't have it. So there's Batman 151. Fantastic Four. So this one was actually printed for sale in Great Britain, or somewhere within the British Empire anyway, because this one has the UK price printed right on it. So that's Fantastic Four 21, British version, Strange Adventures 150. Huh, most of them are 9D, but this one's only 6. Oh no, it's 9D and then 6D. So probably this was in a resale shop at some time. You know, back before anybody knew comic books were going to be super valuable. You could find them real cheap in secondhand stores. So 9D would have been the original price, 6D the resale price. And again, T. Moore. Here's Trevor Moore again, autographing his books. Well, this one he doesn't do at the top, but he does right down there in the middle. And I don't know if it was Trevor or his dog that bit off a corner of the cover. Rip Hunter, Time Master number 5. Tales to Astonish 16. Holy crap, that's an early book. With Thor. That's interesting. You've got, because keep in mind that when Thor first appeared, what was it, Journey into Mystery 83, and his first adversary were the Stone Men of Venus. And these characters look very much like the Stone Men of Venus, with one of them being named Thor with 2 R's. That's interesting. Black Magic, this is the Prize Comics group. Feels a little thin. I'll have to count the pages. G.I. Joe, I think that's the first appearance of Snake Eyes. It's a little low grade. You can see all the tick marks here. So I don't know if that one's going to stand up to scrutiny once I get it out. This is cool. We're looking at some 1950s era Marvel Atlas books. This one I don't think doesn't actually. Oh no, is this a Charlton book? Yeah, this is a Charlton book, I think. I don't know why it doesn't have the Charlton logo, but it's the same kind of thing. But I think Marvel Atlas also had a title called Battle. There's Battlefield Action. Of course, the problem with the Charltons is you can't tell. The issue number usually is not on the cover. Our Army at War number 87 from DC. And it looks like we're out of the Well, that one doesn't look unlike the Charlton, but it is a Marvel Atlas. As far as, as far as that kind of corner bar logo being in the same place. But it's definitely a Marvel Atlas book. So maybe this one is too. Is this missing a Marvel Atlas logo, or is it missing a Charlton logo? I don't know. I'm going to have to look it up. But anyway, there's Battle Action number 30. And then Battleground number... number 13. Cool. Cool. All right, just a few more books here, and then we're done this box. Combat Casey. That beard is non-regulation. Now we've popped back into the Copper Age. That's Uncanny X-Men 221. First appearance of Mr. Sinister. There's 212. 201, first appearance of Cable, albeit as a baby. Transformers number 1. X-Factor number 5, first appearance of Apocalypse in a cameo. And there's number 6, the first actual appearance of Apocalypse. And that is it. That is the end of that box. So thank you very much for coming along with me for that little adventure into Discovery. I'll be grading those books up. So if there's something that you're like, oh, I'd like to see what the grade is on that, let me know. I'll set it aside and make sure I make it part of a grading video. But until then, goodbye, good luck, and please be good to each other.